Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy, satisfying Saturday. It is my hope and pleasure that you all have had an amazing day, a productive day, but an amazing day nonetheless. So I am a little late getting this video done in the evening, only because, like I said, when I tell you guys, I look forward to the weekends because I get so much done. However, and because I still have quite a few more things that I need to do before I go to bed this evening, because I, of course, will be getting my butt into the church house on tomorrow. And I am doing the centering prayer. So, it's always my pleasure when I get up and pray for God's people in God's house. So let's jump right on into today's topic. And as you can see, as promised, I did put on the red lip gloss for you guys. And yeah, let's jump on in. Because let me tell you something. This sister right here is hungry. I did not have lunch. I had breakfast, but I didn't have lunch. So I need to wrap this video up, get it uploaded. And while it's uploading, I'm going to go right across the street to Subway and get me a ham and cheese sub, because that's what I have a taste for. Now, today's topic is, this is Brian Tracy's 7 keys to building self-confidence. And this is a subject I love to talk about, because I oftentimes get people asking me, well, Michelle, how are you so confident when you do your videos? You just look so confident and right at home. And I said, because this is something that I enjoy doing, but it's really about being confident with yourself, not just doing videos. Because see, in my mind's eye, I'm talking to a room full of people. Now, granted, I can't see you all. You all can see me if you're watching this video, but I can't see you, but it's okay. So it makes it easier, honestly, to be able to do videos and be confident. The problem is some people lack that confidence when it's time to get out in front of people to talk. So let me give you, like I said, these are not my tips. These are Brian Tracy's, but I want to share them with you. So when you feed your mind with positive affirmations, information, books, conversations, audio programs, and thoughts, you develop a more positive attitude and personality. Because to be honest with you guys, it's all about what are you putting into you? Because what you put into you is what comes out of you. Okay, let's just keep it real. So here are 7 keys to becoming a completely positive person. As always, I will share them with you, unpack them as I go along, give you a takeaway, and bid you good evening. Number 1, positive affirmations. So when speaking to yourself, speak positively. Control your inner dialogue. Always use positive affirmations phrased in the positive present and personal tense. So for example, tell yourself, I like myself. Me, I love myself. I can do it. I feel terrific. I am responsible. So start writing down, if you're journaling, hopefully you are, but start writing down some positive affirmations. And like he said, make sure they are in the present and personal tense. Make them personal to you. It's great to have positive affirmations that, are literal and they apply to everybody, but I want you to make sure you're writing these down so that they're personal to you by saying, I can do this. I will be successful. I always start with I and then add on the rest. So it is believed that 95% of your emotions are determined by the way you talk to yourself as you go throughout your day. And I have said this over and over and over again. You have got to be careful about what you say to yourself. If you mess up, do not sit and tell yourself, oh, I am so stupid. No, you're not. You may have done something stupid, but you are not stupid. You just made a mistake. Life is life is about making mistakes. That's how we learn. So never, ever, ever talk down to yourself, and do not use negative talk when you are talking to yourself, anybody for that matter, but to yourself. It bothers me when I hear people speak to themselves in such negative ways. Do you think that's going to help you get to where you want to be? It isn't. Number 2, positive visualizations. So create a clear, exciting picture of your goals and your ideal life, and replay that picture in your mind over and over again. So as you see, here's a quote. It says, as you see yourself on the inside, you will be on the outside. Remember what I said, whatever you have going on in here, that's what's going to come out, and that's what the world will see. That's just the way life is. So that's why you have to be so careful about what you're putting into yourself, what you're saying to yourself, because those things will project themselves out to the rest of the world. So I don't know about you, but I try to make sure that I am thinking positive all the time. And again, we don't have time to go into that, but a lot of times people ask me, Michelle, how can you be so positive all the time? I said, you know why? Because what is being negative? What is that going to do for me? Where is it going to get me? Absolutely nowhere. So I choose to think positive and speak positive all the time. Number 3, positive people. Decide today to associate with winners, with positive people, with people who are happy and optimistic and who are going somewhere in their lives. I cannot stress this enough. Y'all see my nose itching. I cannot stress that enough. It is so important that you are careful about the people that you choose to hang around. I've talked about this before. You will become that which you associate with. That's why I always say, show me 9 of the people that you hang out with the most, and I can guarantee you where you're going to end up. So if you hang out with nothing but negative people, you're going to become that 10th negative person over time. You may not be a negative person now, but if you hang out with negative people, eventually you will become negative. If you hang out with people who don't want much out of life, guess what? Eventually, the goals and dreams you have for yourself, honey, they're going to go the way of the dinosaur. And you're not going to want anything either, because you're not hanging around the people who are going to encourage you and push you to keep moving forward. That's why I keep my inner circle small, and I'm very particular about who I choose to associate with and spend my time with. I spend my time with people who are doing things, who want something out of life, not those people that are just content with just existing. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm not knocking it, because I don't judge anybody. If that's what you want to do, honey, that's fine with me. However, because I want something out of life, I want those people that are going to push me and say, hey, Shell, what about the ABCXYZ? How's that coming along? And I'll say, I kind of got sidetracked. Okay, well, girl, you need to pick that up and keep it moving. Those are the kind of people you need into your life that are speaking life into you. Number 4, positive mental food. So feed your mind with information and ideas that are uplifting and that make you feel happy and more confident about yourself and your world. I refuse to read negative stuff. I just refuse to. And this is why, I'm going to be very honest with you, sometimes I don't even bother to turn on the news. You know why? Because sometimes and there's some good, a lot of good in this world. Don't get me wrong, because I do believe that it is, but there is so much negativity in this world that every time you turn on the television, it's like, oh my goodness. And have you ever had one of those moments where your energy level can be at the ceiling and one negative thing can just take you to the floor just like that? That's just how powerful negativity can be. That's why it's so important that you feed your mind nothing but positive, uplifting things. And like I said, it's not that I don't want to keep up with what's going on in the news, but if I'm having a great day, that's the last thing I want to do. I can go and catch the highlight tomorrow, but I'm saying to myself today, I'm not doing it because I'm just not in the mood. Number 5, positive training and development. So Jim Rohn says, formal education will make you a living. Listen to this. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Come on, somebody. That ought to shout you happy real good right there. I love that. Formal education, it's going to make you a living. But self-education will make you a fortune. Why do you think you have so many rich entrepreneurs. I'm going to leave that alone. So when you dedicate yourself to learning and growing and becoming better and more effective in your thoughts and actions, you take control of your life and dramatically increase the speed at which you move upward to greater heights. To sum all of that up, you need to always be learning. Never, ever, ever stop learning. Do you know I wake up every day, and part of my prayer meditation time, I say, Lord, let me learn something new. Let me learn something new today that I did not know yesterday. I want to learn at least one new thing. More is great, but at least one new thing every single day. That's my goal. That's how you keep growing when you're learning. But for those of you who think you know it all, and you don't need to learn anything else, hey, I tip my hat to you if I was wearing one, because I don't know it all. And I want to learn something new every day. So you should always be learning. Number 6, positive health habits. Vince Lombardi once said, fatigue makes cowards of us all. So start taking excellent care of your physical health and wellness. Y'all, that's pretty much self-explanatory. We need to take care of ourselves. That means we need to be careful about what we're eating. I'm not saying you can't have a cheat day if you want to go to McDonald's, Roy Rogers, Burger King, or wherever you like to eat. I'm not saying you can't do that from time to time, but you don't want to make that a habit of doing it every day. So exercise. It's important that we're getting in some kind of exercise. Maybe you don't want to go into a gym. That's fine. Get out and walk. And if you don't live in a neighborhood where you can walk, then go to your local park. Go to, I know here in the DMV area at PG Community College, they have a track. 4 times around that track is a mile. Now, you might want to go early before the sun comes out and gets too hot, or this time of evening. But what I'm saying is, it is so important that we take our health and wellness seriously, you guys. Because if you don't have health, you can have everything else. But if you don't have health, then baby, you have nothing. Moving on. Number 7, positive expectations. Whatever you expect with confidence seems to come into your life. Since you can control your expectations, you should always expect the best. So, in other words, you should expect to be successful. You should expect to be great at whatever it is that you do. You should expect to achieve greatness. You should expect, I'm getting ready to go there with y'all, but you should expect, that's just like when you pray. Some of you are praying, but you don't really expect God to move. And then you wonder why you don't have what you asked for. You need to expect whatever that thing is. I expect to be great in my coaching and speaking business. I expect to be a motivational speaker that travels the world and gets paid greatly to do it. I expect God to open up doors for my family and myself. I expect God to open up doors for you. I expect God to provide jobs for those of you that are looking for jobs. I expect God to provide for your every need. I expect that God's word, when he says he'll never leave us nor forsake us, I expect him not to do that. You've got to go through life expecting things, because if you just put stuff out in the atmosphere and then sit back and hope that it happens, honey, you're just wasting your time. You have got to expect it. That's why I always tell you guys, thank God in advance. Don't wait till you get it and then say thank you. Thank him now. Thank him while you're waiting. So here's your takeaway. You can be confident in all that you do. All you have to do is believe that you can, and then do the work. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. You've got to believe that you can, and then do the work. Because if you don't believe that you can, then you won't. And it's not just enough to believe it. You've got to believe it and then start doing the work to make that thing happen. Okay, so listen, you guys, that's it. That's my time. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to work towards becoming a more confident person, because I believe you can be confident. I truly do. You can do it. I just need you to do the things that you need to do in order to get there. So, having said that, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Come back on Monday where I'll have another motivational topic for you. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. So glad to see you. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, and regardless of what you decide to do the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend, do so in a safe way. I want you all to be safe in all that you do, okay? I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do about it, because I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to be here to motivate you. And yes, I'm always going to be here to tell you to go out there and be safe. I may not be your mama, but I am Monique's mama, and so that makes me a mom, period, and that's just what we do. Listen, I love you all so, so much. Tune in tomorrow to Metropolitan Baptist Church and watch our services online, or if you can, come on in and join us in person. I love you all so, so much, and we'll talk again on Monday.